ankle mobility. A lot of people might be wondering, why the heck are we talking about the ankle when we have pelvic floor issues? But I will tell you that ankle mobility is one of the most important aspects of movement that you can do for your pelvic health and your pelvic girdle. It is extremely related to your hip and how well your hip moves, especially when you're walking. And it's one of the biggest limiters to be able to do a deep squat, which for a lot of you guys is really important for pelvic floor relaxation stretch. So we're gonna do a couple of assessments of how well your ankles move, and then we're gonna do a couple of exercises through those movements, and then we're gonna retest to see how well that worked to help your ankle mobility. I think this will be a little enlightening as well as things have been so far, to do left versus right and to see where you feel things. So you're gonna need a chair for this guy or something to hold on to. A wall works well as also. So the first assessment we're gonna do is to kneel, and you can put a pillow underneath your knee if that is a little bit troubling for you to be on your knees here. But we're gonna do one knee up. This can be used for balance. I want you to think about a straight line that goes through your knee down to your ankle. And then I want you to lean with your elbow onto that ankle, and you're gonna lean forward so that your knee goes over your toe. It can go past your toe as well if you have that motion. But the key here is to keep your heel on the ground. So many of you guys might only get to about here and find that it's really tight in this back part of the heel, or your heel wants to rise up if you're gonna go further. So just take note of how much you can lean forward onto that foot. Also wanted you to look at what type of wrinkling or knot you get in the crease here of the front part of your ankle. That's another good way to see how well your ankle's actually bending. All right, so again, start with it straight down through here. I want you to lean forward and just pay attention to where you feel that stretch. This is with a knee bent here. Okay, we can do that to the same thing on this side. Again, straight down, lean here, hold on if you need to, and come forward. Now for me, this to me feels less mobile, and I'm starting to get a little weird pinchy feeling on the outside of the front of my ankle when I come here. I'm not getting any tightness back here, but I am getting a little bit of pinchiness back here. So it'll be interesting to see if that goes away. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna stand up. You're gonna lean either against a wall or a chair. You're gonna put one of your feet back. For me, it's the left foot back. Your toe's gonna stay straight, and you're gonna keep your heel down, your knee straight, and you're gonna lean forward. And we're gonna see, for me, that gets a lot of tension through the back and even up into the back of my knee, actually. So that's one area that we're gonna test and see how well that works. And again, I'm gonna test the other side. So back here and go to here. Great, we're just gonna take a little second to assess and see which side was better or worse than the other one and where you felt some of that tenderness. So now we're gonna do a couple of different exercises that address the ankle mobility and movement, and then we're gonna reassess again. So the first exercise we're gonna do is actually back in that first position. If this position is somewhat troubling for you, you can get and just do a stretch, the one that we just did, back like this instead of this exercise. But we're gonna take a couple of bends. Now we're gonna go deep into it here and then back out. And in and out, that's 2. In and out, that's 3. It's 4, 5. If yours only looks like this, that is 100% okay. We're gonna do 5 more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we did 2 sets of 5 there. We're gonna do 2 sets of 5 on the other side. We take this in. 2, 3. Where I was getting that pinching is already gone on number 3, on rep 3. And now I'm starting to feel it more in the back of my legs. So just pay attention to where things change too. It's actually really interesting how our body adapts. This is 6. We're gonna do 10, this is 7. I feel a little thigh burn there too. And then this is 9. And then this is 10. If that hurt for you, then you are going to do this and then lean more forward and then lean back. More forward and lean back. More forward and then lean back. That's an option for you instead. So now you're going to get near a chair again or a wall. And we're going to do something that's a little subtle. So again, my hip is straight, my knee is straight, my heel is down, my toes are pointing straight forward. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bend my knee while keeping my heel down towards the ground. So I'm going to bend my knee, straighten my knee, bend my knee, straighten my knee, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, all while keeping my heel on the ground. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. We're gonna switch sides. You get into that position of stretching just your calf, what everybody thinks of as sort of like a runner's stretch. Knee straight, hips straight, toes straight, and then just bend the knee like you're trying to touch your knee towards the ground. And straighten, and bend, and straighten. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our toes and we are going to lift them up while keeping our legs pretty straight. So we can shift our weight back, lift up our toes. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that feels weird to you, you can also do alternating, so you're keeping more points of contact on the ground. So I'm raising my right toe, left toe, right toe,